Jake, congratulations.
Good.
Listen, congratulations on the win.
Why is everyone so tired? Just want to. What's good? Can we get some energy?
Yeah, let's go! Yeah.
Where's the after
This is
party?
history, right?
Where's the after party then?
Barley House.
Now, Jake, obviously, congratulations on the win there. You went the full 8 rounds with Tyron Woodley. Just tell me, assess your performance for me in there.
You know, I'm always very hard on myself. I think a true champion is very hard on themselves. You know, I got the W, and I'm happy, but you know, I'm a perfectionist. I'm a knockout artist, and because I didn't get the knockout, I'm just like, damn. But it is what it is. He's one of the greatest welterweights of all time, 5-time UFC champion, and he came game. You know, he knew that this was gonna be a war, and he brought that to the table. So I'm very happy. Like I said, he's been fighting 7 times as long as I have. So for me to come in there and have a dominant victory, let's be honest, that wasn't a split decision. What is the judge looking at? You know, I landed 71 punches, he landed 52. So, you know, I learned a lot tonight. First time going past 4 minutes. First time in an 8-round fight. No one's doing 8-round fights at 4 fights in.
Can I just ask as well, obviously we're from the UK, we've got an interest in Tommy Fury being here. Now there was an altercation outside in the hallway. Can you just elaborate what your side was and what your take on that?
Yeah, look, the guy really had nothing to say. You know, he had a mediocre performance against my sparring partner. All credit to Anthony Taylor. He's a tough guy, but you know, Tommy Fury is supposed to be this tough, big bad guy, legendary bloodline. You know, I got into his face and I let him talk. I don't really have anything to say to him. You know, at the end of the day, I hired him to be here. I gave him an opportunity to shine. I don't really have anything to say to him. I don't really have any bad blood. I just said, yo, like, tell your girl, get out of my DMs. At the end of the day, will we see that fight? I would run that shit easy. You know, that's an easier fight than Tyron, in my opinion, but who knows?
West.
Oh yeah, okay.
But like people are like, oh, he's a real boxer, fight a real boxer. Okay,
I think that's what we want. We want to
let's run it. Real boxer.
Yeah. I think that's what people are saying now.
4 rounds, right?
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
4 rounds.
But he's still a boxer. If
against someone who is inferior, all due respect to Anthony Taylor, to Tyron Woodley. Jake did tonight what Tommy Fury has not done, so it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Maybe the numbers will come back from Britain. Pay-per-view will be big, and Jake will have interest in it. But until then, it just doesn't make any sense.
If he sold a lot of pay-per-views in the UK and we're impressed with the numbers, sure. But I put him on this platform, so we'll see what happens.
Right here. If the challenge to ever fight someone in MMA, if it was Tyron or someone along those lines, is that something you would ever consider? I know you just got into boxing, but would MMA, UFC ever be something that you would consider?
Not right now, man. Shit, I'm just getting warmed up, you know? I'm a boxer at the end of the day. I haven't trained MMA at all. You know, I'm only 4 fights in. Let me prove myself in this sport first.
Right here.
Jake, so I understand, like, it takes time. Like, if I look at Floyd Mayweather's record, like, I don't remember his first 10 opponents. So I'm asking you, do you think your next opponent should be somebody like Tommy Fury, or would you want to take Woodley on again to have a more convincing victory until you call out somebody like Tommy Fury?
Yeah, look, I mean, no, like you said, no one's doing, saying this as humbly as possible, no one's doing this big of fights, 4 fights in boxing history ever. No one watched Floyd's 4th fight. Canelo fought a guy who was 0-0 in his 10th fight. I'm taking on world champions, 5-time UFC champion in my 4th fight, selling out arenas in my hometown. You know, if Tyron Woodley gets the tattoo, he better get it fast, because otherwise we're gonna book a different opponent. I told him if he wants to get the tattoo, put it on his Instagram.
Permanent tattoo.
Permanent tattoo. Then maybe we'll talk about it. But to be honest, I won convincingly. We're gonna go back to the drawing board. But I think I proved a lot tonight and proved a lot of people wrong.
Keith, right here.
Jake, he caught you with a good right hand, obviously, in the 4th round. Can you take us through that sequence and how you were able to overcome that?
Yeah, look, this is boxing, you know. I hadn't been hit up until that point in any of my fights with 10-ounce gloves. So that's the first time I take a shot with 10-ounce gloves. I repeat, that is the first time I took a real shot with 10-ounce gloves in 4 fights. I ate it. it was a good shot. This is boxing. If you're a mechanic, you're gonna get dirty. But I proved I have a chin, you know. Boom, get hit, come right back. Okay, cool. You got that round with that shot, no problem. I learned from it. I made adjustments, and he didn't land it again for the next 3 rounds. So it is what it is, you know.
Steven.
I like that I got hit. I licked my gloves after that shit. Let's go.
Jake, congratulations, man. Throughout the fight, you obviously just mentioned the 4th round. Did you feel your gas tank was working for you? And I noticed you kind of saw him as well, and you planted some body shots in there. Do you feel you maybe should have done that more?
You know, look, like I said, I'm very hard on myself. I fought a good fight. I won convincingly. I was landing to the body a lot. Coming into it, something in my legs was a little off even before the fight started. So most of my other fights I felt amazing, like a rocket ship about to go off. This fight I was just like a little slow. I think maybe we had too long of a camp. I think I've been doing this back to back to back to back to back. 4 fights, 18 months. Most pros aren't even that active. So, you know, I could have done better always. There's always room for improvement in this sport, no matter who you are. And I want to be a champion, a world champion. So I got to go back, watch the footage, study, get better.
Well, why no stool? Real quick, I noticed you were standing in between rounds. Why no stool?
In sparring, we don't sit down, you know. So in the fight, why sit down? And I wasn't that tired, you know. Like I said, my legs didn't feel as powerful, but I mean, I wasn't tired. I could have went 2, 3 more rounds, 4 more rounds, whatever. It is what it is.
Damon, there.
2 quick questions. Jake, obviously you wanted the knockout, but is there any part of you that's actually happy you went 8 rounds? You got hit, you had to go through some adversity, had to show your gas tank. Is there any part of you that's actually happy in a weird way that it played out that way?
For sure, dude. For sure. This is better preparation for future fights against tougher opponents. And I've been looking for this experience to get it under my belt. I'm salty because I had a perfect record going. You know, if you count my amateur, I was 4-0 with 4 KOs. Now I'm 5-0 with 4 KOs. So I had a perfect record going, and you know, couldn't live up to that tonight. But he came game. You know, this was a Tyron Woodley that I think was more prepared than any of his last UFC fights. The shots he was taking, I was hitting him, you know, and he was going through that, and I hit hard. But you know, I am happy that I got some experience under my belt, and I've always said that. You know, when am I going to get a fighter to really test me? I passed the test.
Obviously you're amped up in the ring, the tattoo bed, everything like that, but you're so young in your career, 4-0. To go ahead and start doing rematches. So do you think at some point you will see Tyron Woodley again, or is there a part of you that feels like you want to put him behind you and move to somebody else now?
Yeah, we'll see. You know, part of me wants to put him behind me. I won convincingly. Like I said, the split decision with the judges, to be honest, like, doesn't make any sense. I landed 71 punches, he landed 52. It's not even close. You know, we'll see. If he gets the tattoo fast, puts it on his Instagram, I might consider it. You know, I would come in, make adjustments with my legs feeling better than they did tonight. And I do think I could do a lot better. I wasn't even landing some of my best punches. Some nights you're on, some nights you're off. This is a peak performance sport. You do everything in camp for one moment. Some days in camp I felt way better than tonight. But some nights when you come in for that peak moment, you're just, not everything's there, and it is what it is. I'm not making any excuses. I still won. I still did good, but I know I can do better.
Omar?
Jake, what was the atmosphere like? Even LeBron tweeted, I'm not sure if you saw that, he wishes he flew into Cleveland to be at the
Damn,
fight.
really?
Yeah. So,
Man,
what is your reaction
that's
to
crazy.
that? And how does it make you feel?
I'm like getting teary-eyed. That's sick. Man, like I said, I was in those stands 12 years ago screaming, LeBron, 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 trying to get him to notice me. So for him to even tweet about this, that's crazy. Like, I'm being really hard on myself, but man, I've accomplished so much in the past 4 fights. No one's doing this, you know?
No one's ever done what he's doing in 4 fights. That's unequivocal.
try not to cry. But for him to even tweet that is crazy.
Congrats.
Jake, do you consider yourself now the biggest boxing star in the world?
I don't consider myself anything. I consider myself a chach. No, maybe. I think I'm one of the faces of boxing, just because I'm doing it differently. There's room for everyone to eat, though. I don't want to take everything. I don't want to. This is a sport where there's hundreds of amazing fighters, and all I want to do is bring more eyeballs from a different audience. Everyone here saw the crowd tonight. This wasn't your typical boxing audience. This was kids that were rowdy, lit, holding up signs saying, subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is a completely different audience, and that's what I want to bring to boxing. So I'm going to bring that over. They'll become fans of boxing and love all the other fighters. But I'm certainly, one of the top 3 biggest draws for sure.
Before the
top 3,
fight.
top 5. I don't know. Like, let's look at the numbers.
Before the fight, you refused to touch gloves, but prior to the 8th round, you actually extended your glove to do that. Why the difference?
He earned my respect. He was game, you know? He was bringing the fight. And at the end of the day, you know, it's 2 men going in there risking their lives. So after all the shit talk is done, you know, I'm cool with showing respect. But this is a crazy business. Like I said, we're risking our lives in there, and so you earn my respect. I'm gonna touch his glove after. I even told him after. I said, go fight. And I said, look, bro, a lot of tension, a lot of build up, a lot of back and forth between our teams, but I respect you, and no hard feelings.
Right here. Jake, congratulations on the performance. You've been doing nothing but boxing for like 18 months, and tonight in the ring after the fight, you talked about how, you know, you need a proper haircut, you need to chill for a second.
Seriously.
After tonight, are you still 100% focused on boxing, or are you thinking about all the other things you might want to do with your life?
I don't even know, man. I think I'm gonna start with the haircut and the dentist. My teeth are crooked. My nose is crooked from this sport. I've given everything to this sport. I haven't gone on vacation in 3 years. There's a lot for me to do right now. We'll see. You know, I have a beautiful girlfriend who needs some attention. I have a lot of things to figure out. Nikis and I, we're gonna go back to the drawing board and figure it out. This is my bread and butter right now, though. So we'll see. You know, right now I'm a little tired. That was my first 8-round fight. So I might wake up tomorrow morning and be like, let's fucking go, sign the next contract. Or I might wake up and be like, damn, I need to go to Turks and Caicos.
So, Jake, I met you about 3-4 years ago before you had even started boxing. I was during day 1 in, I think, November, about 3 years ago. Did you ever imagine from that moment to where you are now?
Never. You know, I knew I would be doing great things in this sport, and I knew how bad I wanted this. I just didn't think it would happen this fast. I mean, look at how many fucking cameras. Like, who are these guys filming? You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. So I didn't imagine it to get here this fast, but to be honest, I've surrounded myself with an amazing team. I've put in the work, and this is different. This is what the sport needed. And so when you work hard at something, when you surround yourself with amazing people and you have one focus, you know, really anything is possible, and you can accomplish that. And you know, the sky is the limit. If I'm doing this in my 4th fight, what can I do a couple fights from here? It's shocking to really think about it. I have a saying that I wrote down on my on paper and put it up on my mirror, and it says, think of where you started. Now imagine how far you can go. When I was 16 years old, falling asleep in class, nothing really going for me. I knew there was something else more for me out there. I just didn't know what it was because I couldn't break out of the bubble of living in Ohio. I didn't know. And to think it's only been, 7 years, and I feel like I could retire and be happy, but I also at the same time feel like I'm just getting started.
But you do things different. Your trunks, LED, I've never seen that.
Hey, let's go. Thank you.
Dancing robot as well.
First time ever. future of boxing. You know, you can't just say it. I gotta be about it, and I wanted to bring something different. We jumped that up and made it happen.
Jake, very impressive.
Yesterday, you didn't get his hat, but can you talk to us a little bit why you wanted his cheeks so bad?
First and foremost, shout out to you for wearing the Boohoo Man collection, the Problem Child Boohoo Man collection. I like that. The sweatshirts. That's some dope shit right there. BoohooMan.com. Man, I don't know. Everyone tries to be such a macho man in this sport, and I like to just have fun, make jokes, troll, grab cheeks.
Right here in the front.
Jake, in the next fight, are you looking more of a challenge or the money?
I mean, all my fights thus far, I've looked for the challenge. You know, I'm finding out what I'm capable of in these fights. You know, this is how we got here today. I'm always looking for the challenge because me as a businessman, I need a hard opponent who people are gonna wanna tune in to see. I'm not trying to do small pay-per-views, I'm trying to make history. And all I've done since my first pro fight is increase the level of competition. First pro fight, I'm going up against a guy, the beast from the Middle East. Boom, 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 he's supposed to beat me. Oh shit, 1 round. Okay, let me fight a real athlete who's supposed to be a dog who can jump 36 inches in the air. Nate Robinson. Okay, I won. Damn, okay, I'm good. Okay, let me fight a champion, a wrestler. You know, maybe he's not the best striker, but he's a real fighter. He could take a shot from Robbie Lawler. Okay, beat that guy. Boom, now we're at Tyron Woodley, 5-time UFC champion. Wow, I beat him? Okay, damn.
That's crazy. Right in the middle.
Jake.
You sold out today. Obviously, you're planning on fighting again. What city do you plan on possibly taking?
Honestly, I was thinking about this. Like, I'm probably
UK?
gonna bring the fight back here.
Yeah.
Bro, this was dope. This was a dream come true, and you saw the audience and the gate we did today was crazy. You know, we got some stats, but the live gate was bigger than Conor McGregor's headlining event of the UFC in his hometown, Dublin, Ireland. So I sold more tickets than Conor McGregor did with the whole backing of the UFC in my 4th fight ever. We did more revenue. So might as well just bring it back here, and the crowd was lit. Everything was dope about this fight week.
And the crowd was there from 7 p.m., which is very rare for boxing, right?
Yeah, I was noticing that too. Like the stadium was full since the first pay-per-view fight. That's unheard of. These kids were excited, and I have people thanking me. The head of the commission here, like giving me a hug afterwards, like almost teary-eyed. Like, thank you for bringing this fight to Ohio. You're awesome. That's sick. I love when people show respect. I've done fights everywhere else, and they're just like, next.
Hey, Jake, can I ask you a quick question? Sorry. Conor McGregor actually just tweeted salivating, referring, I'm assuming because the timing of it was just after you won. Is that sort of something you would still really want to aim towards?
For sure. We're on the path to a lot bigger fights. I'm salivating too because I'm just getting warmed up. Conor McGregor has a lot more to focus on besides me right now. I'm 5 wins in a row. He's 1-3 in the past 4 years. So a guy needs to get off of his little vodka or whatever the fuck his brand is and sober up and start to get back in the fucking gym, and then we can fucking fight. But to be honest, no way he hits harder than Woodley. He doesn't weigh as much as Woodley. He's shorter than Woodley. I said it before the fight, I think Woodley's a harder fight than him. Especially on the weight where he's going. Conor's going down. I'm going up. Woodley came in game. We'll see.
All right, just two more guys, and then we'll let Jake go celebrate with his family and friends.
Hey Jake, congratulations. Just wanted to get your, if you want to respond. Nate Diaz also tweeted out, these guys both suck. I know you made memes about him. I just wanted to see if you wanted to respond to that.
When you read me the tweet, I read it like, these guys both suck. Again, another loser talking up. Of course he wants a payday. I'm the money fighter, one of the money fighters now in boxing. The guy's got a chin, but he doesn't land punches, right? So, you know, that fight's there. No problem. Thank you for the attention. Thank you for watching me. I appreciate it, fanboy.
Last one right here. Jake, so I remember when like you had less YouTube subscribers than me, and then you blew me out the water. Do you feel like right now
This is a legend. This is a YouTube legend, by the way. Fuji in the building. This is a legend right here. So if you don't know who he is, he's a YouTube OG GOAT right here.
But Jake, my question to you is: do you feel like the media is putting too much pressure on you? Like, look what you have to do. Like, you just went 8 rounds with Tyron Woodley, and nobody thought like voting beforehand. I don't care what anybody says. All the votes were against you. Everyone thought you were losing or getting knocked out, but you're still here today talking after a W. Do you feel like the media is putting too much pressure on you to perform over what you're capable of doing too early on?
I think the media and the fans or haters are definitely holding me to a very high standard because because I have a loud mouth, so like almost rightfully so. But I like that. That's what makes me better. That's what makes these fights bigger. And by the way, not only did I live up to the occasion, I won the occasion, and I have 8 rounds of experience now under my belt. I learned I can take a big ass shot from a guy who's knocked out all you guys in the UFC. So let's go, baby. Like, I love it. Keep on doubting me, all of you, whoever it is. I know there's a lot of supporters in this fucking room, but whoever it is, everyone said leading up to the fight, Tyron Woodley's in Jake's head. Tyron Woodley's in Jake's head. Fuck out of here. I'm made of steel from toe to head to brain, everything. So I'm just getting warmed up and, you know, keep doubting me. You'll see.
Congratulations,
Thanks, Jake.
Very good.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. I did.